Hey there YouTube, France Hopper here. It's Tuesday the 19th of April and have an unboxing tonight. And in a slightly different change, this isn't actually something 100% new. It's new for me, but this was actually my uncle's, and he sent it over because he's consolidating from two houses to one and had no use for it anymore. So essentially paid for shipping for it and was otherwise free. So thank you, Uncle Tom. So this is the Harmony Ultimate Home, which is, I'm gonna assume from the name, the top of the line Harmony remote. There might be something even better now, I don't know. Never really kept up with it, but that is the top of the box. That is where there would have probably at some point have been like a little hook. Let's see. Some of the specs and stuff. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus on that a bit. There we go. Pause if you want to read any of that. And if you want to read what's in the box, also pause to read that. As for on the side, this is some of the stuff that it works with. So it works with the Philips Hue, which I have, so that's very nice. Don't have any of the Lutron because instead of wireless, so that doesn't really affect me any. Works with a couple of thermostats, the August Smart Lock, let's see, Smart Things, and of course a bunch of, home entertainment multimedia stuff, so TVs, DVD players, streaming boxes, all that stuff. And it probably works with a lot more stuff as well. So it looks like with the Ultimate Home, in addition to being Wi-Fi and Bluetooth bridge, this might also have Zigbee and Z-Wave in it now as well. I don't really know. Let's see, system specs is probably going to be way too small to really read. But if you want the system requirements, there they are. Probably isn't really in focus. Anyway, on the back there's some fancy line art and stuff. So, let's go ahead and open it up. The tape is of course already taut. Wow, and it's in pretty good condition. So that's what we have in the box. So this is of course the Harmony hub, which is pretty much one really big IR blaster. There we go. I think you can really see any of the internals too much under the light, but it basically looks like one really big IR blaster. Let's see, in the back we have a pairing button here. Next to that there's a little USB and two IR blaster ports. I have a little screen cleaner. We have the charging dock for the remote, which in the back also has a little USB doobly-doo, probably because you can also plug this into your computer, I would assume, to do like the setup of the remote and the stuff. That's the remote itself. That is a big giant touchscreen here. On the back is pretty plain and simple. There's the little connection things for charging. Let's see if this opens up any. Yep, another tiny little USB hole in there. And let's see if there's anything underneath all that. Oh yes, there's all the cords. So let's set that aside. So let's figure out what's what here. So here's a USB cable, your standard USB to micro USB, mini USB, whatever the heck the small little one is. I can never get any of these right. It's USB basically, it's a cable. Let's see, we have, this is probably the power brick for the actual dock, which again has a USB on the end. Let's see, we have another power brick with the same USB B cord. Of course, this camera wants to focus on everything but the cable. Oh well. Anyway, this probably is for the actual blaster itself. And then here, in this little spaghetti mess, we have the two expansion IR blasters as well. And that's it. No instruction manual. Who reads manuals anyway? It's probably online. So, well, actually I have no idea how to set this thing up now, other than plug it in and hope that everything essentially works. So, the magic of editing, we'll come back to everything plugged in and maybe kind of sort of working. Alright, so what I've gone ahead and done is I've plugged in both the remote into the base charging station majig as well as the hub, and I've also factory reset it because my uncle left his account on there. So as you can see, you actually set it up using the Harmony app for iOS or Android. The last time I set one of these things up, it was on a god-awful Harmony software thing that you had to download for your computer. You can probably still do that, but conveniently we have a Harmony back at home. So one of the nice things about Harmony is, of course, the app, which also turns conveniently your phone or your iPad, or your Android devices into your remote as well. So if this is buried under the sofa or whatever, you can still use the app. So if we go ahead and launch it, let's go ahead and set up a new hub, and let's see. So it's already plugged in. So hit the pair and reset button. So let's feel around for that. And now I gotta wait for the red light here to blink red. Although it looks like it already found the hub anyway, so that works. Let's see if it found my 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, or if it only does 2.4. Looks like it only does 2.4. Well, that's kind of annoying. Oh well. Go ahead and join the network here, hopefully. Looks like it connected. So in configuration tab, connect to setup again, tie up setup. So I want to set up the hub. This part where I probably have to sign up for a Logitech account, or remember if I already have one, and then remember my login if I already have one. Since you can't see it on the screen here, the hub now has a green light on it. And this is spazzing the heck out here in the recording, but on the actual iPad itself it's fine. So let's create an account. Blah 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 blah. Come on, keyboard. And a password that I'm going to forget 5 years from now. create. Don't spam me with Logitech crap. I agree to disagree. Alright, so it's already in the cradle. And now we prepare stuff. This is super exciting so far. Now we download config, which has made the hub start blinking. It would really help if I don't pan the camera while pressing my thumb down on the record button, so sorry about that. Do you already own a Harmony remote? Well, personally, I don't. So, setup is new. New. There we go. So, let's add some stuff. Enter the manufacturer name and model number. Oh, that's going to be really clunky. I'm going to pull the chair back over for this part. Because I'm sure this is going to be a pain in the butt. So... gee, let's see if I can even find my Sony PlayStation TV here. Device model number. I really don't know. So, can I like browse? No. Wow. That's really annoying. Huh. Okay. To the magic of the internet and Googling on the laptop, because I really don't know. Let's see, Sony PlayStation 3D TV. It is something. Come on, Amazon, you gotta have a model number in there somewhere. So now we get to test and make sure that everything works. I'm going to leave the hub on my desk as is, just to see how well the IR blaster on it really is without adding in any of the additional ones. So let's see if I actually set up my soundbar correctly here. That would be promising. Sounds like we have, so let's go ahead and turn the TV off, which it turned off and is now shutting off the PS4. So let's go ahead and turn the TV back on. We should be able to do just fine while the PlayStation is still shutting down. So, just to show you the distance there, the TV's basically on the other side of the room, whereas the hub is on my desk, so it has pretty good range here. Let's see if it'll turn on my other monitor here. Blue light came on, so that's promising. Looks like that'll work. Let's go ahead and turn it off now and see if the monitor also works. Nope, that might not have actually worked. Unless, of course, the hub being facing the other direction. Nope. So that one won't work. Well, we'll fix that later. good enough. So, let's go. Lights, yeah, I'm not going to group any of them really. Alright, so, let's go ahead and set up the TV. So we want the Vizio and the Vizio. And bookcase, desk, and bed being the names of the lights, i.e. that being desk. So, TV and amp, since I don't really have, actual cable, because, I mean, really, who has cable now? Okay, to be fair, yes, I still have cable back home, but I stream it here, so no real cable. So, it's not actually an amp, so I might have actually done the model for the soundbar wrong, although does it skip inputs? No, I think I gotta toggle through every single one of them. Select the input that it's currently on. Should be on optical. I forgot this actually does have multiple inputs. So don't change any inputs on the amp. And again, the amp is actually the soundbar. So, next, the TV, well, again, I don't watch TV, so, I don't know, what the hell, let's go with 5, that's the PlayStation 4. I'll set that up later, and the amp should be on optical. I believe, yes, good. Yeah, well, I mean, if seeing no signal counts. Let's test it later. Well, again, I don't have any favorites because I don't freaking watch TV. So, let's see. Let's not do any of those. Oh, I know what device I forgot to add. Forgot about the Apple TV, which is kind of an important one to have in there. So, I guess we'll skip activities for now. Activity launch button. Skip those two. Hooray! Setup is complete. So, good enough. Yeah, that was pretty damn painful, having to search for model numbers of devices now rather than being able to browse. I mean, granted, it beats having to get the remote for every single, device, which is annoying, but now we can go ahead and connect. Oh, and look at that, it actually decided to bump up to my 5 gigahertz. So, let's see. Let's go with lights, and let's turn desk off somehow. How the actual heck do I turn a light off? I guess you kind of drag. No, you don't. Oh, wait a minute. Duh. Well, thrilling stuff. Let's make sure that all works on the remote. Uh-oh, there appears to be an account conflict somehow. Place your remote in the charging cradle. It's in the cradle. Now what? So, okay, take it out, put it back in. Set up remote using the Harmony app. What the heck? Charging. Oh. apparently taking it out and putting it back in is the new turning it off and turning it back on again. Yay. So, now the remote should work here, right? Yeah, ignore lights, desk, on. On? This is really not easy to control. What the actual heck? How are you supposed to turn this thing on? No. Oh. Okay, you tap the icon for the light bulb. That's totally intuitive. Super duper. Well, I think that's gonna about do it. There you have it. That's, of course, the remote, which you can apparently now slide to unlock like anything else with a touch screen these days. And it just goes back to where you left off. We'll have to figure out how to fix the clock, but the app is pretty much set up. We gotta actually go through all the setup of activities and everything, but other than that, it works. Setup is still painful. I think Logitech still has a lot of room for improvement there, but other than that, that's going to be it.